All right, guys. Hello, everybody.
What's up, Badger
I don't know
Nation?
which way to lean here because we're in a different camera angle. I
We're
keep moving my computer to to see.
right. We're up close and personal today. If you guys are jumping on here, you know what to do. Let us know where you're watching from, and give us a thumbs up on the screen so that gets out to everybody else. And if you guys are ready for us to tell you our adventures,
That's right. We got a few
because
people
they've
here
been
already.
crazy.
So Lady Tam's already here from Arizona.
Hey,
We
sister.
got Flipping the Blue Mule from Tampa. So what's up, buddy? Mike Bodine, who we hung out with all weekend, riding in the Ozarks, is here. Hey, hey.
Huh?
Bob Nelson. There he is. Awesome, awesome,
Hey,
guys.
Bob.
Good to see you all. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. Hannah Rose from Southwest Florida is here.
Missy.
Awesome. So, yeah, guys, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Welcome to Badger Night Live, live from Misery.
We're in Missouri. Yes, Dad's name as I was growing up was Misery.
Hannah wants to know if
Live
I'm
in
doing
misery.
shots tonight. I am not because I'm
Oh,
on
but
the road and it's so hard to recover.
whatever. Actually, Linda, when we got here, his sister got him those little bottles of Fireball shots. They're here. Linda, where are those? We need to grab those. And think about
No,
that. She's
you do
like,
not.
okay.
Okay.
And Mountain
Awesome.
Dew to chase it with.
Niels from Alaska, he's here. All right, guys. So we have a couple of special guests tonight. So I
Yes.
want to get them introduced to
Oh,
you.
oh.
Oh, you've taken my shots. All right, there we go. Fireball it is. I want to get them introduced to you guys. They have a podcast. They have a YouTube. In fact, they just did their 100th episode, so we're celebrating that with them. So
Yay!
real quick,
Woo.
I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So we've got Dirty and Tank from the Badgers, the Biker Lifestyle Podcast. So, guys, tell everybody a little bit about yourselves.
Well, I'm Dirty.
I'm Tank.
He's Tank for obvious reasons. Uh, we're just a couple greaseball dirtbag bikers who are in a motorcycle club, and we started a podcast to try to promote, the whole brotherhood, the whole sense of adventure and freedom that comes along with being a biker. Because you know, a lot of people kind of forget about that, and we're just trying to help promote it. We're not here to make money or do anything that's super fake or grand. We're just trying to promote the real life story of real guys and gals that are out there, pounding pavement and having a good time.
I mean, Dirty and I, we came into the club at the same time, patched in the whole deal, and just have all these conversations all the time. And he listens to a lot of podcasts, and he's like, "Hey, man, we could probably do something better than some of the garbage that I see out there. A lot of people out there trying to be something they're not." And so, I mean, our podcasts are basically, we started interviewing friends. We started just us talking to each other, our conversation. We started interviewing our biker friends, and then it branched out. And now we're interviewing people from all over the country. We've had other podcasters on and several times, and it's just kind of grown. We resonate with people for I don't know why the fuck we do, but they because we just tell it like it is.
Yeah.
Real and raw, and I love it because you guys do bring a different perspective. And
They're just like I say. I don't know why people watch us. They just watch us.
We call ourselves the shit show for a reason.
Yeah.
We got shirts
Right.
that say it.
So now you've done 100 episodes. How long a period of time has that been?
October 2019.
Well, we actually filmed was it 6?
6 and 10 days, the initial ones.
Right, and then we
Okay.
released them in December of 2020, or no,
No. January of 2020.
yeah. And then the pandemic hit, and that kind of
Right.
fucked us up, because everybody kind of stopped doing biker shit. I mean,
Right.
well, certain people.
We didn't.
We did, yeah. But
Search a
certain
little
rallies
harder.
it got super hard. We were like, oh hey, we should have people in to interview them and stuff, and then people like went inside, and we are like, oh, I guess we're not doing stuff anymore. So we kind of started a podcast at the wrong goddamn time. But hey, we're just pushing through. We have no idea what we're doing.
Usually from show to show.
Yeah. We've had multiple different shows where there is no topic. We literally just fire up the camera and start talking.
Yeah.
Or we'll interview people that we just don't even know. Like, you look cool on Instagram, so I'm going to send you a thing. Hey, you want to be on a podcast? Yeah, cool. All right, cool. And then they join us in, and I'm like, hey, man, so what's your story? Because I don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
I think that's actually great, because the same thing happened to us today. I told Angie, I said, look, I'm going to get on there and I'm going to watch a bunch of their stuff so that I know what's going on. And she's like, why? That'll be unnatural. You just
Right.
ask them what you want to know. So I was like, all right. So we're kind of that same situation. We
Yeah.
saw that you had interviewed one of our world record poker run riders.
Yeah, Charlie.
That's kind of how this all happened. So we saw that and we're like, well, that's
Shared
super
it.
cool.
Yeah, she shared it with us so that we could watch it. And yeah, I was like, this is awesome. He's here in Florida. She's right there to talk to. And
So yeah, so we're like, we got to get those guys on the show so that we can introduce them to everybody else, and hopefully broaden their audience for sure. So we're super excited to have you guys on here. Give me just a second. I'm going to say hi to a few more people as they come on here. Ozarks HD is in the house. Hi Dan, how you doing?
got some
Mr.
people
G's
that
in
were
the house.
with us this weekend.
Iowa Hog Rider. I don't know why I want to call him Iowa Hog Rider. Probably because he's in Iowa. But
Hey, Brad.
Dave's here, man, is in the
Oh,
house.
Dave.
Yes,
We're gonna see
Sinister
Dave in
Clutch.
Nebraska.
What's up, everybody? Neil Clarkson, River Bluff Bagger. We saw them over the weekend.
Yeah, that's cool. They're on here to help talk about this weekend with us.
High Tech Redneck is in the
Hey,
house.
you.
What's going on, guys? All right. So now that I got a little bit of the housekeeping done, back to you guys. So where are you guys located at?
Jadesville, Wisconsin.
Jadesville, Wisconsin.
How far away is that from the Harley Museum?
Motherland.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you do the bike nights that they have there at the museum?
Not really.
No.
It's such a clusterfuck over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like it's Rub City.
Yeah, it is.
It's just, the Hell Yeah Brother guys are there, and it's just one of those deals where it's like, cool, man. You like bikes, I like bikes. All right.
And
cool.
apparently they like Affliction clothing line.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that buy their bike and they shine it up and they keep it in the garage. And you know what? That's cool. That's their biker lifestyle. But, we're grinding out on two. Dirty's grinding out on two every chance he can get up here in the north when he's not blowing his bike up.
Yeah, I have literally blown my bike up and put it back together in less than a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
and me, I go down to Florida to get away from all the cold. So, when I ride down, I ride back and forth, which is always fun.
Wow.
So I show us freezing up. All everybody watching, are we freezing up on your end, or is that just our internet connection here?
Can you hear us
that
okay?
I see us freezing up.
Sure.
You guys froze up.
What do you guys ride?
Okay.
Okay.
I ride an
So
09
all right,
Road
guys. Yeah. What do you ride?
What?
What's that?
What do you ride?
What'd you say?
I
again?
ride an 09 Road King.
Now you guys are freezing. Okay.
Okay, Road King.
09 Road King.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
And what do you ride, Tank?
Well, back and forth to Florida, I've got an 07 Victory Kingpin. And up here, I've got a 94 Softail, Heritage Softail Classic that I ride. So an old school ride.
Softail guy. I like it.
Yeah.
We're both Softail
He's
riders.
not saying a fucking word. It's kind of a running joke with us. I was giving shit early on in our podcasting. Actually, he wasn't even pointing it towards me. We had this chick named Chelsea on who was just first learning to ride. She happened to have been a kid that grew up with my oldest son. So I've known her since he was like 16. She gets this job for Harley as a marketing person and decides she's going to ride a motorcycle. She buys a Softail, and we're just rapping, and Dirty just lets out. He didn't mean anything maliciously to me, but that only women ride. So when Softail is a girl's bike.
No. What I said was the Softail is the best bike for a woman, because every every asshole dude tries to stick a chick on a Sportster. Now, there's nothing wrong with Sportster,
No.
but Sportsters have a height, seat
Yep.
height,
Yep.
and they're kind of like, really flippy, they're really, twitchy, if
Top
you
heavy.
will.
Top end, yeah.
But a Softail, it's got a lower seat height, so
Mhm.
for most women are shorter, and so they're going to be able to touch the ground. It's not as twitchy.
It tracks well. It's got that 130 tire on the front.
Exactly. So I would tell any woman that was looking into getting into Harleys, get a Softail, don't get a Sporty.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
Me on a Softail, I heard, so I made a thing of it, and it's been a
so
running
now
joke.
Tank rides a girl's bike.
Well, it's been a running joke for about
Horace, he's
75
got
episodes. So
Love
Yeah,
it.
Well, I put a lot of miles on a girl's bike.
Yes, you did.
No, I love Softails. They're great.
he rode mine for a little bit when his was down.
Yep.
He was like, "Wow, that's really comfortable." I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's why I ride it."
Yeah, Softails might be the best all-around Harley Davidson.
I've always said one of the things I really like about them is we actually have hard bags that we've mounted to the sides because we travel so much. But I mean, I can go from, bagger to nothing stripped down in a matter of about 10 minutes. And, that to me is attractive. So I can have the best of both worlds.
Why don't you leave the studio over there?
Okay.
And because I'm getting told when Granny Ma Badger comes on and tells you you're freezing up, but their video's great, then I know.
Okay.
Mom's going to tell you the truth. She's going to tell you how it is, right?
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, don't mess with Mama.
All right.
As a rule. So what do you guys ride?
So I have a 2005 CVO Fat Boy with about 120,000 miles on it. What do you got?
Yeah, you started. How many did it have when you got it?
I bought it 17.
17,000. That's what I thought. And then I've got a 2005 Fat Boy as well, custom. Yeah.
Hers is fully custom, flames everywhere. Even the wheels are flames. The guy that had it before her,
he put all the money in it.
He went all out, and then we bought it and have ridden the piss out of it.
And then I'm the one. I don't need a clean bike. I like it dirty. It shows I ride. I don't care. He's the one looking at me. Are you gonna clean that thing?
That's
I
the
can't
struggle.
keep my bike clean. I'm on them every day,
So that's my struggle because I do all the work on the bikes too. And I'm like, would you clean this piece of crap so that I can actually work on it?
When you work on it, you get it dirty. I don't understand.
Brother, I said that to my own wife too about her bike. Yeah, she won't do a damn thing with it.
Yeah, and
Like
she's always like, look,
up
if you want to
fucking-
clean my bike, have at it.
Yeah.
I got stickers covering up all the scratches and bullshit that I've fucking done over the years. So
Yeah.
that tells you where I'm at in life.
I like that. I don't know.
Well, I've always said I like a brand new bike has no story.
Right.
So the bikes that have put on the miles and the dings and the scratches, like where every one of those came from.
Yeah.
And usually there's some kind of story to how it happened, why it happened. And that to me is that biker lifestyle that we talk about so much, is those stories and the history and the roads you've ridden and the times you broke down. And I mean, all of that just adds to that.
Well, I ride a Victory, so we don't break down as much.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But when you do, you can't find parts.
Oh yeah, bring that up. Sure.
Yeah, where can you buy new Victory these days?
You can't buy a new Victory.
Oh, it's because I quit making it.
That's why I have a fuel pump and a throttle body adapter in my back waiting for it to. Let's not get into that. Sorry, I probably opened my mouth and inserted my foot there. That's okay. I do that a lot. But with us, if you're looking for a couple of bikers with the biker bling and the Harley shit, and that's just not us.
Yeah, I don't own anything that says Harley Davidson besides my motorcycle.
I was going to say, I've got a hat that says Harley and then whatever's on the bike. I don't even have the Victory shirt, nothing. We're just not brand sensitive.
Did they make Victory shirts?
They did.
They got discontinued though. So.
Yeah, just like the bike.
Those are collector items now.
Well, my bike is the Victory is worth more parts than it is, together.
Right?
Yeah.
I get that.
A lot of people wanting to take your parts.
Well, we ride Harleys, but we're not brand sensitive either. We don't care what you ride, just that you ride. So we've owned Hondas. Her first bike was a Honda.
Honda Shadow 1100.
Don't say Goldwing.
It was not. It was a Shadow 1100.
Arrow,
Good.
yeah,
That's
Arrow
a good
1100.
bike right there.
It was a great bike. She rode it
Okay.
for a year, put like 20,000 miles on it, and then we sold it back to the guy that originally sold it to us. He didn't want to get rid of it. He just at that time in his life he needed to. So he's like, if you ever decide to get rid of it, I would like a chance to buy it back. So we sold it back to him like a year later for like 500 less than we paid for it.
It's a good rental.
It was a good rental, right?
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm not going to go out and spend, 10 grand on a Harley Davidson for you to get on it and be like, you know what? I hate this. So I was like, let's get you on your own bike and make sure you love it. You can drop it, whatever, and then we'll go from there. So
I was the most comfortable on that bike. I'm not as comfortable on my Harley like I was on
Now,
that.
Did you go through
But
the
I-
class and all that to learn? Did you do the classes and all that to
Yeah,
learn?
I
Did you?
went to at the Harley dealership. Yep, the classes there. Are you phrasing it again?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not. I was in that era of you go, you get your learner's permit, you ride, and then whenever you're ready to take the test, you go, and the state patrolman comes out and stands in the parking lot and watches you go around cones. I did that in the snow with the state patrolman going, "You better do this fast because I'm done standing out here."
That's funny. I was the guy
Oh.
that got the learner's
Okay.
permit, renewed it over and over again, and then had to be told by the sheriffs to get my license.
And you're not the only one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So I ended up
I've
taking a
talked to a lot of guys
rider's
in
ed
rallies
course
and
on
they're
a Harley
like,
on a Buell Blast. I think they froze up.
"Oh, how was that?"
I looked like a bear on a mini bike.
Shut up, bears on
See,
mini
now
bikes.
that
Shout
was
out to
great
bears on mini
content.
bikes. That's right.
Not the gay bears, though.
Not the gay bears. No.
Anyways,
Right.
More like the Grateful Dead bears, the Care Bears.
fair enough.
Fair enough.
No, I actually so I rode for like ever without a license. My first bike was also a Honda. It was a 78 CB 750
Nice.
with the Vetter fairing and the suitcase deal on the back. It was teal. And then when I sold it, it was black with flames that I spray painted myself. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I took my so when I got my temps, in Wisconsin, you can go to the DMV and they have like a test that you can take to get your motorcycle license where somebody follows you in a car and they have like a earpiece in your ear and they tell you what to do and yada, yada, yada. Long story
really?
short, yeah, I had to ride 600 miles north because that was the only place that was doing it that year. And, I had to use my own headphones and my own cell phone, and the person had to call me because the thing that they give you to put in your helmet didn't work that day. And they were like, "Hey, you got to come back." I'm like, "Bitch, I just fucking rode 6 fucking hours up here. I am not coming back." So we figured it out, and yeah, that's how I got my motorcycle license at like the age of like 30. You know what I mean? Like, because I've been riding since I was 18, but I never had a fucking license. We just did it. Because fuck the police and. Yeah. So that's how I got my motorcycle license. I got mine on a fucking Honda Superhawk 996.
Good bike. Good bike. Those were
Mine
really
was a Honda CBR 600 F4i, the very first yellow and black one they had in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah. Those were a
I've
big
ridden
deal
all
when
my
they
life,
came out.
dirt bikes all my life, and so I get this street bike, and it's a whole new world, right? And the dealership's like, "We'll take and drop it off at your house because it's like snowing out."
You will.
I'm like, "Oh, no. I bought it. I'm riding it home." And I went up over this bridge and the wind was blowing so hard, it about blew me off the bridge my first day. But I'll never forget that ride home.
Yeah. No, it's fucking hilarious because like from where we live to where the test was, I'm like, "Hey, this is where I came from. Can I just get a license because I didn't die on the way up here?" Like obviously I know how to ride a motorcycle because I didn't. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, can I just get one? And they're like, "No, we gotta drive around this fucking podunk town and make sure you turn your head a fucking 1,000 times at an intersection."
Yeah.
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 Oh, man. Go right ahead.
You're all fit. You were all official then.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky because of the snow. she was less particular about what I was doing. She just wanted it over with.
Yep.
So,
Well, you didn't dump it, so there you go.
Right. I didn't drop it. It was snowing, and she's like, all right, sounds good. And she signed off, and we were done.
My wife took the class, and she actually, during the class, she didn't find the test, but during the class, she dumped the bike 3 times and broke her toe.
Oh,
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, but she also had her ride. It was a 4-day road thing, and each day they had her on a different bike. And I'm like, what the hell? Who does that? What instructor does that? You're like teaching somebody to ride the bike. So, like, assign them that bike, and then they can like ride that through the whole test.
Right. I agree
But-
with you.
well, learning
Every
the friction
time,
zone.
every time, yeah.
Absolutely.
Just
was
learning
really
a whole
useful.
new bike, you know?
Right.
Mhm.
Well, common sense ain't so common. So you guys down in Florida, you had a chance to go over the Sunshine Skyway when it's windy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
That'll
one of
pucker
our
your butt,
favorite
huh?
bridges to go over. It's not as much fun when it's windy.
No, it is not as much fun when it's windy. Not at the top with the big trucks.
Right. But it's an adventure. I mean, that's one of those things that you got to say you've done, especially if you're in Florida.
Baby
Yeah.
Badger, who's with us, she rides as well. She's riding our V Rod, and she's with us on this trip, and she lives there. And so we, to get to her place, we cross over that bridge from St. Petersburg, the Tampa area. So, yep, we've been on it.
And she hates
several
bridges.
times, and
So what do? We're in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and we're like, all right, we're taking her to this wooden bridge.
Nice.
They call it like the little Golden Gate, and we're like, we got to show you this, honey. We don't tell her what it is till we get there, right? And then we decide we're going to take pictures on the bridge. So
Yeah.
she's like, you mean to tell me I got to cross this thing like 4 times?
Yeah. Andy and Carrie, they own the Switchback Bar there in Eureka Springs, and Andy's like, all right, so we're going to do a photo shoot here, and this is what you're going to do, and you're going to ride down, and then you're going to ride back, and then you're going to stop on the bridge, and then we're going to take your picture. And she's like, are you kidding me?
We're great parents.
But it was cool. I thought it was cool.
Dude, were you guys in Daytona this year? Like in March?
We were. Yep. Yeah, we're always March and October we're there. We were there this year. We did it different. We went for the last weekend. Usually we're there like the first weekend and about midweek. This time we went the last weekend.
You caught the rain.
And it rained a shit ton. And
Yes,
it was
did.
just not a very enjoyable Daytona this year. Like I said, it just rained a lot. The rainiest one I've been to.
Bridge is a pain. Google something about the passenger bus that went across that thing.
Yes, the wooden bridge. They were telling about us telling
Yeah.
us about it yesterday.
At dinner.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Okay.
Sorry,
Right,
we've
we
got
got
our
people in here
security for our
asking
cameras right up
questions
here.
or
We're
anything?
watching it. What's that?
Okay. And you guys, where are you guys at now? Are you at the club? Where
We're
do you
at our
guys-
clubhouse.
The clubhouse.
Yeah, we do
Nice.
this. This is our bar at our clubhouse. Donations only.
Awesome.
But no, if you see us looking up, it's because we've got our security cameras for the cameras outside, and some skateboarders just went by and like did a bunch of heelies and wheelies or whatever the fuck they do off of some of our benches we have out front. So
I got you.
we're right at the edge of the 4th Ward here in Janesville, and that's where all the addicts are.
So
We don't have a clubhouse in a really nice area.
No, we do not. No.
that keeps it's
No,
entertainment.
but I was gonna say because like I did my first Daytona this year.
Oh, you did.
Yep, and we did the first weekend. And
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Oh,
lot of
good.
sun.
You went when
Yeah.
it
Well,
wasn't
the first
raining.
weekend was pretty dry, all in all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
hot.
yeah.
Yeah, welcome
please.
to
well,
Florida.
yeah.
It's always hot in Florida.
I know. They weren't used to it, though.
What's that?
The hot.
No, I like the hot. You know what sucks? I don't know if I ever want to do it again because like we left 80-degree weather, and then when we dropped the bikes off because we obviously had to trailer them down, it was 17 degrees when we got
Right.
back to Wisconsin. So that sucked because like I got the taste of summer, and then I had to not have summer anymore. That was a bummer.
We had friends
Yeah.
from Michigan, same situation. Like they
Oh,
went up and it was like cold and nasty, and
Yeah.
it's hard to come down for a week and then go back to the cold and nasty.
Did you like it though? Did you enjoy it? What did you think of it compared?
I'm not a big rally person, but I think it was fun. It's a shit show on itself, which is cool to me. Like I like the whole chaos of it. It's kind of strange, when you see you could tell the people that don't really ride, but they go to rallies. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
First of all, I don't know who the fuck shows up at 8:00 in the morning just to park their bike on Main Street. You know what I mean? And leave it sit there like that's your priority in life. All right, cool, dude, whatever, But
I didn't even know that.
it
Wait,
was-
what were you doing at 8:00 to know?
I was still up from the night before.
Because I didn't know that.
You were just getting going to bed, weren't you?
I just dropped some chick back off at her fucking hotel room.
Well, like
Ah.
he slept. He didn't sleep when he was there.
Yeah, we don't sleep when you're. There's supplements for that. But yeah, I mean,
fit a lot in a small period of time.
exactly. Go big or go home.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to me. It's like this whole thing where it's a melting pot of all different types of bikers, and that's cool to me. You see the hardcore dudes, you see the weekend warriors, and they're all kind of getting along for the most part. But yeah, I liked it. I spent most of my time at Froggy Saloon. But other than that, I mean, we saw wet t-shirt. Where was that wet t-shirt contest at?
Oh God,
It was a place across the street.
Yeah, it was across the street on Main.
So
Yeah.
my question is, did you know, were you just on Main Street the entire time, or did you go to other places?
Oh no, Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage Patch. Yeah, that was my
Big
favorite
fan
place.
of Cabbage Patch.
Yeah.
Love the Cabbage Patch.
And we had to go to, what was it, Silhouette Strip Club. We had to go
Oh,
to Strip
Silhouette Strip Club.
Yeah.
There's a lady
Right.
there.
Shout out to Thunder Tits.
Oh, Thunder Tits. Fucking, that's her fucking stage
That's
name.
her stage name.
Oh,
Her tits were so hard, and she was so violent with
Oh
them.
my God, I saw stars. She whacked me in the face with it, man.
Say her
Twice.
name.
I got CTE from that.
It is
Yeah.
funny that we're on this subject. So I have video
Oh,
from this
God.
weekend
Not with us. This is normal.
at the Cat House.
This is
My
not
wife
normal for me.
was the judge of Miss Spring Fling. And
Really?
so the last night of Miss Spring Fling was the bikini contest. And so,
There's
skin
some
to
on
win, right?
Yes.
And
Win.
so I have video of her with a lady in her lap slapping her in the face with her titties. So she's like, I was watching it today and she's like, what are you watching? I'm like, look, honey.
I mean, in the moment, I was just enjoying it. I'm like, whatever, I'm here. This is awesome, whatever. And then he showed me the video. I'm like, oh, wait a second. It was like, is that what that looked like? Is that what happened? So
It was a good time.
Just gives me an idea for something this summer. We should do like a best buns contest.
ooh.
There you go.
That's one chick. She could shake her. You know how you can shake your ass, but she could do just one butt cheek. I'm like, I had to ask her. I'm like, how did you do that?
That's talent. That's talent. You got
Yeah,
to
she's like,
be
"Lots of
impressed by
practice."
that.
And I'm like, yep, I imagine so.
I'm a big fan of pole dancing. I mean, those girls, that's some athleticism there.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah,
They're
you have
usually in
some
pretty good
fun
shape.
sport
If
there.
you guys were there and saw that in the comments, you were there. You guys saw it.
So have you guys ever been to Arkansas, Eureka Springs area?
I have not.
Not Eureka Springs. I've been to like the Tallahena, Mina area, the western part of the state. I used to have property in Oklahoma,
I got you.
Yeah. Okay.
but that Talamina Scenic Byway, the road to nowhere, is beautiful.
Yeah. Everybody talks about that. I don't.
Yep.
We were on a portion.
And
of that.
I would definitely say if you guys ever get a chance to ride Eureka Springs area, it's just beautiful riding. It's windy, twisty, and yes, riding the Ozarks was another one of the judges.
Mike is like, I saw plenty.
Well, I tell you what, you guys want a good time. You should come up for our strip poker run end of July,
Oh yeah,
July 23rd. We've been doing it for years. It's legendary in the area.
The unique thing about this area that we're in is there's a lot of strip clubs.
I got you.
So we have a poker run, but it's just all strip clubs. So, a lot of people think, yeah, we're not, you don't have to take your clothes off. I mean, you can if you want, but yeah, it's just basically a poker run, but instead of hitting normal bars, you're hitting strip clubs instead.
I feel like all the guys on here are like, what date was that?
It's July 23rd.
Like, guys, that's like a week before Sturgis. You can just hit it on your way out to Sturgis.
All wheels welcome.
All wheels welcome.
I mean,
except gold wing guys.
Yeah, except gold wingers. Yeah.
I think that would be fun to play.
All right, so we have a question. Joe, I have a question. All right, Paulie, what's your question, buddy?
It was July 23rd.
July 23rd.
There's your answer.
All right. So speaking of Spring Fling, we left, and if you guys aren't following along on our Facebook page, we've been, I think, doing a pretty damn good job myself.
Mama's been doing a great job. I've been slacking because
I'm trying to
like,
keep everybody updated.
I want to just like hang out with all the bikers and look at motorcycles and talk motorcycles. And she's like, we need to record this and we need to record that. Did you record anything? And I'm like, no, I was busy talking motorcycles.
Well, everybody wants to know where we're at and what we're doing and in real time. So that's what we've been spending our time doing. What was this?
Ozarks HD.
I got stabbed. The one with the rings on it.
That was another one of the judges from this weekend.
Stabbed. Did it just say stabbed in the eye by a nipple? Is that what that could be?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Right on. That's a hell of a way to get stabbed in the eye.
Right.
Big time fan. Yeah.
So the page we've been going on and telling everybody. So we left Thursday morning at 5:00.
That was an 800-mile day.
Yeah, 5:00 in the morning. I mean, it's 5:15, but we did the little video to tell everybody we're leaving.
And if anybody's ridden with Mama Badger, you know we're not leaving at 5.
Right.
Right.
It was 5:15, but we did the video and posted the video. Just whatever. We were on time.
All right.
We were on time. That's on time. We did how many miles that day?
800
miles, 806 miles that first day, and got into which all highways. We hate highways. We are more like back roads. Take us on the back roads. And so that was a lot in one day. And we got to New Albany, Mississippi, and stayed there, and then got up the next morning and did 400 miles to Eureka Springs to get to the moto meetup that riding in the Ozarks helped out, and a bunch of people on here helped out put together at the Cat House in Eureka Springs with them. And so we got to actually get there and do that, which was nice. And that was our whole plan, was to get there, to be able to see everybody and do this meet and greet.
Well, I just want to point out that the one whining about this was the 19-year-old.
Right.
I mean, like I told everybody, if I was 19 and my parents said, here's the keys to a motorcycle, let's travel cross country. Oh, and we'll put you on payroll. I'd have been like, fuck yeah. And she's like, my butt hurts.
I'm exhausted.
My back hurts.
I'm mentally tired. Like, are you shitting me?
Well, you do those type of miles. You don't just start doing them. You got to kind of work up to that level.
She rode the world record poker run last year.
She was on that.
She should be good. She should be good.
Yeah,
At 18, she was our youngest rider, and 79.
What did
I think it was 79.
Frenchie turned 79. Yeah.
79 was our
78
oldest
at the time, because he hadn't turned 79 yet. Yeah. So, yeah, we built her up. She rides. She's been riding enough. She shouldn't be bitching and complaining. She's freaking 19. That's a young body.
What happened with Charlie and the kickstand?
Kickstand. So she lost her kickstand along the way. And so she went back and picked it up, but she didn't have any way to mount it. Right. And it's a poker run. So we're not riding in big groups. And so she picked it up, and then we finally got it put back on in Texas, I think. But she was going to the gas stations, Amarillo, Texas.
You're right.
She was going to gas stations and like leaning it up against poles and stuff so she could fill it up with gas. I mean, what
was funny is
determination.
They put it back on, or bungee corded on, at a place called the Handlebar, which had a gazillion handlebars everywhere. No kickstands.
Right. Lots of handlebars.
Lots of handlebars everywhere. But it was the funniest thing. It was late at night. That girl, she is one strong cookie. I am glad you interviewed her, because she is something else. She is somebody to follow. And like you talked with her, I mean, she goes and does what she wants, and she'll tell you that you can do it too. If you want to live that way, you can survive. You can do it. Anybody can do it. And then she's got a life to tell about. And I love it.
You know, part of that poker run it was kind of an endurance run, right? It's 500 miles a day, through the mountains, through Florida. I think everybody struggled the most with Florida and day 2 to Little Rock because it was just so hot. We're talking the end of July, right? But there were things going on along the road that were just like, one guy lost his headlights, so he had no lights. So what he does, he rode in a group. So they kind of put him in the middle so that he could make it to the stop that night. The next day he's at Harbor Freight and he buys one of those LED lights and straps it to the front of his bike so he could make it the rest of the way to Sturgis.
Yeah.
Nice.
There was awesome, so many awesome stories.
It was great.
All right.
Now, are you planning on doing that again?
Not a world record?
Yeah, not if we hold the record, there's no reason to break our own record. But we are doing Route 66
We're
next
doing
year.
Epic Ride next year. Yeah.
So we're going to do it backwards. We're going to run from California to Chicago, and then we're going to end it the day before the 120th anniversary of Harley Davidson.
In your backyard.
So everybody can pop over to Wisconsin and they can, attend the 120th anniversary of Harley Davidson. So that's kind of be our end to it.
Yeah.
So we're going to do like a 7-day trip. It's only going to be 300 miles a day so that we can enjoy the trip.
This time.
So we can all hang out, have a good time, see all the sights on Route 66, take all the pictures, do all the fun stuff. Because on the poker run, we couldn't do much of that. We were just hammering out the miles, hammering out the days to break a world record. So this time it'll be a little more laid back and relaxed. And then, like I said, we get to end in the 120th anniversary. So we're pretty excited about that.
So Neil asked, where are you starting from on July 23rd and time? So he's wanting more details, guys.
Janesville, Wisconsin, 1014 Rockport Road.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
And a time?
As far as the time, just plan on 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, kickstands up by 2 because you don't go to strip clubs early.
You don't want to get too early. Just so you know.
A different talent during the daytime, let me tell you. And one of the places they call it the Cow Palace.
Okay.
Cow Palace?
Yeah. Well,
it's called the Show Palace, but the ladies that go there are plus size.
Ah, gotcha.
It is what it is. I mean, it's Wisconsin. I mean, what do you expect?
Paulie was asking about question. What was his question? I missed it.
Well, we said his name, and he wanted to know if we like meeting people if they were not bikers.
Oh, we like meeting all types of people.
If you support bikers, then and you want to be around bikers, then we're happy to meet you.
But I mean, the bikers are our crowd. I mean, that's who we hang out with. That's what we have the most in common with. But we don't have anything against bikers because if we can convert you, right? So you see what we do, you like it, grab yourself a license and a bike and start riding. There's nothing else in the world like it, I promise.
All right.
I tell people all the time, motorcycles aren't for everybody.
Right.
I get it. A lot of people are scared. Let's be honest, motorcycles are dangerous. You're putting yourself out there, when you're doing, triple digits down the fucking super slab. Allegedly. When you're doing triple digits on the super slab, yeah, you're putting yourself out there, man. And, life is short, blah, blah, blah. You could die, whatever. I get it. If that's not your thing, that's not your thing. But if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. I'll sit and bullshit with somebody who's never even fucking swung their leg over a motorcycle. I don't give a shit. All
right, real quick, let's answer PA Biker here. Needs help, was out on a run. One of his brothers went down. Go to supportbikers.com, and there is a Get Support button. Please click it and fill out the form for us, and we will get to work on it just as soon as we get that info.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, to interrupt the thing, but that's part of Support Bikers.
We're talking about going down and the risks of it, so that's part of it. We're here to help support. So I just put in the comments. It should go to YouTube and Facebook, so you guys can see the URL. So yeah, if you'll just go on there, fill out the form, get a little bit of details, and then we'll make we'll get you on the phone and we'll talk and see what we can do to help
I mean,
out.
it's that time of year. May is Motorcycle Awareness Month. But I mean, guys, on our Support Bikers group this weekend, I know I saw probably 4 or 5 different accidents. And so, unfortunately, it happens. We're here to help as much as we can. So we just got to know about it and just go on there, fill out the form, and we will do everything we can to help you out.
I guess you want to talk about Amy real quick too.
So everybody knows Amy, who works for us, and Stevie, and they have the YouTube channel, the Stevie Fo. Their 17-year-old son was in a motorcycle accident Thursday night. So thoughts and prayers
Lots
for
of
them.
Prayers, please, going out. If you guys want to support, let us know. We just talked to her today to see if, because they're the ones that are putting on the Great Plains Moto Meetup in Nebraska and Lincoln, Nebraska at Frontier Harley Davidson. So we were going to be there to help out. And so one of their friends is stepping up, and then we'll be there to help out. So we're going to continue to do the meetup. And I'm coming up. I've got an idea, something that I thought we could do.
So yeah, we'll work on that too.
Yeah. To show Kale that we're there to support him and we're behind him. So yeah, reach out to us if you.
The best news that I heard though was he was like, "What bike do I get next?"
Yes, he's
So,
ready to. Get up
for
and
him to
ride
be
again.
ready to ride again that quickly,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Well,
cool.
and if you missed, it was last week's show. We had Amy on with Josh and
Kale. Yep.
Kale. So that's who we're talking about. If you were watching our live last Monday night, and Kale and Amy just went to Oklahoma together. They both rode their bikes from
Texas.
Nebraska through Oklahoma to Texas. Yeah. And then rode back. So he got to, it was his first time like experiencing a long road trip, which is good, I think, because he really got to ride and enjoy and know what it's like. And, now he wants to get back up and going again. So yeah, but we've got a long road, many, many surgeries ahead of him. So prayers.
Yeah, shit's dangerous, man.
It is. I mean, I tell people that all the time because, the bad part of it is every time you tell somebody that you ride a motorcycle or you want to ride a motorcycle, they think of the most horrible story they've ever heard about a motorcycle, and they proceed to tell you that. Well, back in blah, 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 this happened to this person, and, it's just like an instant thing. In fact, I've done a TikTok on it telling people, look, if somebody's riding, don't tell them the worst story, encourage them. Don't tell them they're going to die. Come on, guys.
Mm-hmm. That's not what I want to hear. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the culture these days where everybody wants to be safe. I mean, you saw it with the pandemic.
Right.
Everybody was super scared they were going to catch something that they could be sick from. It's some people live in fear, and I think that's what separates bikers from the rest of society is that we accept the risks and we still do it anyways because it's something that we're passionate about. It's something that we want to do. I mean, is it the most American spirit you can fucking have by doing something that could potentially harm you, but you do it anyways because of the fun of it, because of that's who you are as a person? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I tell people all the time, if you want to ride, it's in your blood. It's not something that you're going to do for, fun, like as far as like a fad. If it is a fad, then I don't know what to tell you because you're going to pay the ultimate consequence because chances are you're not going to take it seriously. And riding motorcycles can be serious. You got to be defensive. You got to be smart. You got to be on your game at all times because nowadays people aren't paying attention to the road. Nowadays people are on their phones. They're letting their car make sure that they brake in time. They're letting their car parallel park. I mean, everybody's complacent. And as bikers, we can't be complacent. We got to be on our toes 24/7, 7 days a week.
You got it.
Yeah, it's one of those, I guess the danger though is part of what makes it enjoyable too, right? If it was boring and normal, right? Everybody'd do it.
So if you're in Pennsylvania, so we do have Kate for bikers in Pennsylvania because as PA Bikers said, I've been trying to find them legal advice. So yes.
Just reach out to us. We can
Free
connect
legal
you
advice,
right
we'll
with
get that.
somebody. You know, we know quite a few people in Pennsylvania, so we're here for you, buddy. Just get us the information, and we'll get to work on it. You know, tomorrow.
So so we did the meetup. I want to know some of the crews on here that were part of the YouTuber house that Jeff at the Cat House put together for all of us for us YouTubers to have a place to stay and be able to record content and all. And he's doing it next year too. So I told him, if you're doing it, let us know a little bit more ahead of time so we can get the word out there. But what did you guys think of the YouTuber house? We can't wait to see you guys' videos and putting all that content out. Because I want to steal some of your content and share it.
Yeah, because her husband didn't do a very good job of getting content. He was too busy enjoying the bikes.
So I know Jay was there too. He just did did the video on the poker run. If you guys haven't seen that yet, he's already got his YouTube video out and did an awesome job at putting that together. So that was at the Switchback Bar on Saturday. And they had a nice 2.5 hour ride from Arkansas into Missouri and around.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good day. The bar was packed. They had an awesome
time.
So,
then we ended that night.
Weather was awesome
at Cat House.
Yeah, and then Adam Sandoval came. Adam came and did his veteran ride. We were able to have him there, and Jeff too at the Cat House there. Everybody hanging out. So that was a lot of fun. And then of course we went back to the Cat House. I had to be back there for the second night to judge.
that was kitty night.
So you're gonna have to forgive my ignorance. What is the Cat House? You guys mentioned the Cat House. I have no idea.
Oh
what
my
the Cat
gosh!
House is.
So the Cat House
There's two bars. There's two bars you need to go to in Eureka Springs.
Like long running historical biker bar in Eureka Springs. It's right in the middle of downtown Eureka Springs. The parking lot. I mean, finding a parking spot's a challenge at times.
It's on a main street,
but I mean, their music's rocking. That's where the Spring Fling, Miss Spring Fling was done. Jeff owns the Cat House. Him and his wife, great people, and it is kind of the biker place. Then a couple years ago, another one was built called the Switchback, and it's about 7 miles outside of town. So great ride there, great ride back. Yeah. They close like 8 p.m. so everybody can get back into town where they're not riding the twisties and they can get their drink on at the Cat House.
You'll find owners there at the Cat House.
Yeah. Usually they pack up and I'll go to the Cat House to party
that night.
So if you're in the Eureka Springs area, you know, the Switchback and the Cat House are the two places you have to visit.
So when they do, have you guys heard of Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue?
Yes.
Okay, so that used to be done in Fayetteville, and then the city decided they didn't want it anymore, right? So they moved it to Rogers. Well, there's not much to do in Rogers. Really, where you want to be at is in Eureka Springs.
Yep.
And then they pushed the date back. So it's actually 2 weeks later than what it traditionally is. But they're still in Eureka Springs. The bars, everybody, all the businesses and stuff are still going to do something on the traditional weekend. The Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue is.
And they always have lots of food, lots of music, and lots of booze. So, you know, it's a great time.
Yeah. Nice. So something to put on. It's in, what is it? September. What? Who knows? Who knows when the Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues usually is at?
It's the end of September.
Is it the end of September? Yeah. The last weekend in September?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I got lost track, like going through comments and stuff, and trying to get everybody's in here. Polly is 20 and interested in motorcycles. So
man, just do it.
Yep. I mean, we just told you my 18-year-old daughter and then Amy's 17-year-old son, but you are not invincible.
Go take the class. Get you a bike and you know, and learn to ride.
And take it seriously.
Yes, take it seriously.
Yeah.
You don't need to ride a wheelie your first time out.
But if you do, you're awesome.
We don't like that too much. When you just start out riding a wheelie, I remember when I sold Harleys and we'd sell a bike, and the kid just learned to ride, right? And the next weekend he was there for the big group ride, and I'm like, dude, you have no business being in the middle of all those guys.
Right. Just got your license in a group
I've
ride.
watched you ride, man. You do not need to be in the middle of that group.
Neil is asking you guys a question. Do you guys know of the dog park in Jamesville?
Which one?
Which one?
Which one? Okay, so it looks like his younger sister is the founder of it. So Neil, which one is it? We'll let you comment and we can put that out there.
Man, I don't know shit about dog parks, man. I mean, sorry.
My dog's in Florida.
Try riding Atlanta. So we could have went through Atlanta on the way here. I specifically added 20 minutes to my ride just to avoid fucking Atlanta.
I hate
Fuck
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
I hate it on a bike.
Fuck
I
Atlanta.
will try to go through Atlanta at 5 fucking o'clock in the morning so I don't have to deal with all that bullshit.
Oh yeah. It's a complete clusterfuck in a car, on a bike. It doesn't matter. I will ride an extra hour just to avoid.
You know what? I'm gonna go on the record. Fuck Georgia in general.
Oh,
No, yeah. If you're in Georgia, why? You know what I'm saying? Because like Atlanta sucks, and then the rest of the state, there's like nothing. There's like nothing to look at. It's
Calhoun, Dalton, all north of Georgia is nice. Got the mountains.
yeah.
Well,
I
but
understand.
north of Georgia. But in Georgia, it sucks. It's like Illinois. It's just flat garbage. It's just like
I will say that
this is
about
like
Illinois.
billboards
Illinois
about Jesus
sucks.
the whole
Yes.
fucking way.
Illinois is that way for
The
sure.
roads
So,
are terrible, and they
Slow
make you want
death
to commit
going through
suicide.
Illinois.
The other thing about Georgia is you cross that state line from Florida to Georgia,
Oh, you know it.
and you're doing 90 on the highway. You better kick it down
Better
to 70
slow your
because
ass
there's
down.
1,000 freaking cops like waiting
What
at the
the
border
fuck?
for your
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
In fact,
And it's
we
like
had-
one
there
giant billboard.
Yes.
Was there 4 or 5
Billboards
guys
everywhere.
that? Yeah, they actually came to Spring Fling. They're from Georgia
Yeah.
because they saw our live, and so they're like they were gonna go. Where were they go to Pensacola or something? Decided to come to the Spring Fling, and so we got to have that conversation.
And they're like,
with them.
they're like known for that. I'm like, that sucks, right? Because you've been jamming, for 5 hours. It takes for fucking ever to get out of Florida. I mean, that is the longest freaking state in the history of states. It's flat, it's hot, and you're just, wrapping it out down the highway, right? And then you cross the border and you're like, I'm barely moving because if I go any faster, they're going to pull my ass over.
So here's Bob, and he's in there. Yes, walking across the street to vote is dangerous.
I believe that. Yes.
Thankfully, in Florida, there's like virtually no speed limit on the highways. I kind of dig that.
Well, I mean, Florida, they just don't care. Like,
No.
the cops see you and they wave and you just
Yeah.
continue on. Or you're doing 90 down the interstate and he just flies by you like you're sitting still. He doesn't have his lights on. He's just cruising. It's a different experience for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I've been, down near you guys. You'll be going 90, 95 miles an hour on the road, and these kids go by you in a car just like you're standing still.
Yep.
I mean, it just blow your doors off. It's amazing.
The other bad part of that though is right, like 2 cars in front of you is the old person doing 45.
Yep.
That everybody's like zooming around, right? Because everybody else is doing 90.
It's an odd sensation too, and we noticed it coming back. Some of the club brothers always meet me up in Kentucky, and then we ride from Kentucky back up to here. And so, of course, the closer we get to here, the faster we're going. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to go off my way at my exit, and I'll see you guys at the clubhouse later on tonight. And you're going from 95 down to like 60, and I'm like, am I moving?
Yes, you're right. That is the weirdest.
It's really
feeling.
weird.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're not moving down the highway anymore.
Yeah,
it is strange.
It is. But allegedly that happened. We don't speed. We're
Allegedly,
safe.
right?
Very safe. We'd like them to split lanes in Wisconsin, but that's okay.
Fuck, I love splitting lanes.
I do too, man. I know.
Fuck 'em.
You do love splitting lanes? Is that what
Oh,
I
I
heard?
love it. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it. It's the best. It's like, get on my way, Cager. I'm fucking on a mission.
I'm scared to do it. I just that idiot that's just not going
Those
to be
assholes
paying attention. I
that
guess
are
if
like,
you're in a
Fuck
state
them and
where
open the
they're
door.
maybe they're used to it, you don't want to do that in Florida. Like you.
Oh no, no, you're gonna die doing
No,
that.
not in Florida. No.
Dude, we did it in Florida. There's video
I
of us
know
doing
we
it in
did.
Florida.
I know we did. I've got video of us doing it.
You
but-
got video doing it.
Front of the podcast, Mo, she got hurt on her bike and she was on her way to the hospital and we were following her. And,
Was she
yeah,
lane
I-
splitting?
What's that? Yeah, I was doing some lane splitting. There's a
No,
I
what
don't
city did
it's
that
it's
hit?
on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I
You
ride like an asshole. I don't want to tell you.
that's true.
Well, in Florida, they like to take and I mean, I've only been in one car accident that it was just me in the car, and it was because when I came to Florida and they're in the other lanes and they decide they want to make a right-hand turn and it just immediate, cross all the lanes right over, like don't even look, just to make a right-hand turn, and they'll
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
wait, in Florida. I mean, they had. I saw last week, just outside of Orlando in Ovida, an 11-foot alligator shut the highway down.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. I mean,
Yeah,
and
if
that's
the
a
old
common
people don't
thing.
get you, the wildlife will.
Oh yeah, I've seen Florida panthers. I've seen gators. Those big Florida turtles that get out of the water and
Yes.
start roaming around.
That's funny. We were telling somebody that. We're like, yeah, we got panthers. And they're like, really? We're like, oh.
Oh
dude,
yeah,
I mean, Florida's the wild fucking West. We got
yeah,
old
you
people.
got that right.
We got every type of animal. We got prehistoric dinosaurs roaming around. And then you may have a cut and go in the water and lose your fucking leg. Because there's some kind of fungus in there. I mean,
I kind of like the danger of the state. I mean,
Right.
there's all shit that can kill you. Spiders that can kill you, snakes everywhere. I mean,
right?
I sit in my backyard, which my wife's made a nice little garden and waterfall and stuff, and I'm the lizard king, man. There's lizards everywhere,
Oh yeah. They're
They're
cool.
running over your feet,
But they poop everywhere, and it looks like rat poop.
I do have a little Anole skull. When we moved into the house, we were switching stuff out, and my wife had taken one of the face plates off a switch, and there was this dead skeleton of an Anole behind it. And the only thing that didn't disintegrate was the skull.
Oh wow.
And so I took the skull out, and then I embossed it in epoxy, and then I keep it on.
Nolly.
And Anole, they're little lizards about that big.
Oh, like a gecko?
They're
Well,
bigger
that's
than a
what I
gecko.
says.
They're
They-
smaller than a gecko.
They're not, but yeah, they're
Anole-
everywhere.
They bite, but you can't feel it. My cat had one hanging off his chin. And he was like, he's like dangling back and forth, But I love it down there. I just don't like it in the summer.
Right. Well, and see, that's just it. If the wildlife
we
don't
leave.
get you and the old people don't get you, you'll melt.
Oh, well, I mean, the Florida man, I'm a firm believer that the heat has actually eroded and rotted the brain of the Florida man. You know who I'm talking about. You know those guys.
Yes.
They got the big truck with the huge wheels. And
Uh-huh.
Because when we were down there, we went coast to coast. And
Right.
we realized that on the coast, either or, whether it's Gulf or Atlantic, like it's relatively the same. But middle Florida,
oh, yeah.
that's a whole different fucking
Oh,
world.
Those people want to be
Oh,
left
yeah.
the fuck alone there.
It's very strange. You're
Get
seeing,
turned
like,
on the wrong road there, and nobody will ever see you again.
No, we'll never see you
dude,
again.
we went through this one neighborhood. There was like $1 million homes, like these giant, like, what a subdivision, what we
Yeah.
call it up here, like
Yeah.
a subdivision, $1 million homes,
Uh-huh.
right next to like a shack with like a tarp for a roof. It's like
Oh yeah.
the strangest fucking neighborhood I've ever been in.
Yeah, and the dude's got his airboat in the front yard.
Yep.
So true.
His swamp buggy.
His swamp buggy. Yep. Yeah.
Well, you always got a story to tell when you ride around in Florida. You got something to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, always.
All around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. So Neil was saying that the YouTuber house was freaking awesome.
Yes,
and
that
Mike was got to see it. So that was pretty cool. I'm gonna do that. He was talking about the ride is on a swivel, always looking around for others, ride as well as cagers for potential dangers. Yeah. We were we did the ride yesterday. So we had just a small support bikers moto meetup ride, and we said like 20 bikes is all we were.
We ended up with 18.
Yeah, 18 of us ended up going. A few of them had to take off, but I was where Andy got in his motorcycle accident. I knew it was around there somewhere, and I was like, "Are we gonna go by that area?" And sure enough, we'd gone by where he had at, and it's always
Still a thought every time he
Yeah.
crosses that area, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
There's
Got any
good
other
comments.
questions?
Shout out to Andy at Switchback Bar and Jeff at the Cout House. Yes. I mean, that town, they've embraced
Cat House was
all of
voted
us.
#1 biker bar in Arkansas.
Yep. Yes, that's right.
So yeah, if you guys are ever in the area, the riding, if you like twisties and mountainous riding, it's probably one of the best areas to ride in.
Right on.
So
Keep that in
Hannah,
mind.
I did talk to Jeff about your shirt that you got, and so he's like, "Hell,
He's said let us know who it is, and we'll send her 3 of them.
yeah." He's like, "I'll get him 3. I'll make that right." So I did talk about that.
Excuse me.
All right. Spring last year got up. Sorry, I'll just go through the comments. The Spring Fling last year, great biker friendly town. Have you guys been to Eureka, like that area at all to ride? Like, because they've got the pig trail. When you talk to people, you start asking them like, what's the state that would be like the best to ride in to get the hills and the curves? Arkansas is on that list. So I highly suggest you guys, swinging by Arkansas at some point in time to ride through, even if it's not to go to a rally, just to ride.
And they have
Arkansas.
those roads that you may never be seen again too.
And it's dry. There's a lot of dry zones, so make sure you don't break down in a dry.
That's part of the adventure, right? Is what am I going to run into?
Well, there's a club up here that has a chapter in Arkansas. We usually try to plan something out with them, but it never works out where we can go with them to their deal. And there's somewhere in that neighborhood. We always hear fucking, "Hey, what's going on?" Skinny brunette chick. Anyways, but yeah, I would love to get into Arkansas. I mean, personally, when I started riding bikes, like I realized Kentucky is probably one of the best states to ride in. I love Kentucky, and you never hear about it. Tennessee's awesome. I mean, I've been to the Smoky Mountains, rolling around in there. Nashville's fucking killer.
Nashville roads suck.
Nashville roads suck, but the bars.
Oh, and Baby
Memphis.
Badger calls it
Memphis roads suck too.
Tennessee is the devil
Memphis
state,
just
right?
sucks.
The devil state.
Yeah. Memphis blows.
It's trashy.
I've went through Memphis like multiple ways, and I've never found a way that it didn't suck.
If you do get to next time in Memphis, though, make sure you seek out a place called Rendezvous Barbecue.
Okay.
They're like down this back alley. I mean, these guys, they literally bought this like hotel, and there was like this whole back room and everything, and they uncovered this old like 100-year-old smoker. And they do some of the best barbecue around there, and they don't keep hours. There's like no hours posted. It's whenever the hell they want to open and close it. And guaranteed they'll have a line out the door every time. I managed to get there one time when I was out there for business, probably about 15 years ago, but real good. I'm sure they're still there. So shout out to Rendezvous Barbecue.
Yeah, I like the name Rendezvous.
Yep.
We've got another. Yeah, man, Georgia really sucks.
There's a lot of people. I think that's
What a Georgia hater,
hater
man.
census tonight is Georgia sucks. Sorry, John. We know you're there.
Yeah.
We like you, but it does. There is a speed limit in Florida. We just don't give a fuck.
Hannah knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so her hubby went on the world record poker run with us. This is another great story. So the owner of the Switchback Bar, his bike blew up just outside of Cheyenne, Wyoming. So a biker stops, and he's like, "I've got a trailer right back at my house. I'll haul you to Wyoming." Well, the only way he could continue to be in the world record is he had to ride a bike. So the dude that stopped, give him his personal bike and let him ride it on into Cheyenne. So he gets to Cheyenne. They look at his bike. His bike is blown up. So he's like, "Well, I'm out." And we're like, "As long as you're riding a bike, man, you're in." So her hubby throws this dude on the back, and they ride into Sturgis together down Main Street, having a fucking blast. But I mean, you know, that's another one of those stories, right? So 2 dudes riding into Sturgis to break the world record at the Buffalo Chip.
Nice.
Was he sitting back to back, or were they butt to nut?
I feel like they were nut to butt. I know at one point in time, Andy loves to tell the story. He was in the gas station. They just filled up, and Spade yelled out something like, "Come on, sweetheart, let's go." And they're pulling up at the gas station with all these people headed to Sturgis. And so Andy's like, I didn't know how to act.
Of course, the girls gave him a little headband to wear, you know, bling girl headband.
Because his wife, who was also on the trip, she was in the the chase truck, riding on into Sturgis while he rode on the back with Spade. So it was, you know, another one of those stories.
Yeah. Okay, so Neil said it's the one on the highway to Fort Atkinson. I didn't know there was more than one. It's like 100 acres now, and fence, kids play area, park benches, and memorial.
I know where it is, but never brought my dog there.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's funny because I was gonna say I have a feeling these guys don't hang out at the dog park much.
We're not dog park people. No, they've had a strip club. Shout out to idea.
Yeah, shout out to.
There you go, dog park and strip club.
Yeah, maybe a laundromat too. You can do your laundry, let your dog run loose.
Absolutely.
Go to strip club.
You fence it in, you drop the dog off, so the husband goes out, walks the dog, puts the dog in the dog park, hits the strip club, does a little laundry, back home in no time.
See, I'm an idea man. I mean,
You are for sure.
It just flows out of me like fucking diarrhea sometimes.
Yeah, so we got Toby that's in Kentucky.
Awesome.
Central PA.
All right. Well, it's been an hour.
Has it been an hour
It
already?
has been an hour.
Goes
So,
quick,
guys,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, because we're having fun.
So, tell everybody how they can find you. Like, where do they go? And when are you doing your podcasts? And what's all the details for them?
Well, basically, we release them usually every Monday, right around 5 or 7 Central Standard Time. We're the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast on YouTube. We're the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast on Facebook. We're the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast on Instagram. And we're the Bikers Podcast on TikTok because, well, apparently the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast is too big for TikTok. So we're just the Bikers Lifestyle, or the Bikers Podcast on TikTok.
Too many characters.
Yeah, there's too many characters.
And
yeah.
YouTube, we're the
Fucking
Bikers
China.
Lifestyle
What do you
Podcast.
expect? What's that?
YouTube, we're the Bikers
Yeah,
Lifestyle
YouTube, the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast. You know.
How many of you guys out in the comments have heard of these guys? And that'll be cool to see. Yeah, I'm sure you have. I mean, if we've heard of them, I'm sure you guys have too.
Would Randy say he'd like to meet us all?
Yeah, Ram, I really
Maybe
love to
have a
meet
chance to meet you all. Cool people. Hey, we love to. I mean, that's one of the things we like most about what we do when we're traveling the country is we love to meet other bikers. We love their stories. When I sold Harleys, that was one of my favorite parts. When the guy came in to buy a bike and, you know, I was getting to know him and he was telling me those stories, that to me is just cool shit. Because there's always a story.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Well, maybe we can get you guys on the show, on our show.
Absolutely. We'd be happy to come on and
yeah, man.
shoot the shit for an hour.
Are you ready
with
for
you.
an hour?
That's what we
Usually
do.
what we do. But yeah, I mean, you know, we've met a handful of people from the podcast like realm, like just interviewing people, and some are like super cool people, you know, and it's like some of our best compliments that we get are like, oh, you guys are just like, you know, you are in the podcast. You're just like normal people. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, this isn't an act, you know. I mean, this is just who we are.
We dress like this every day.
Yeah. You know, we eat, breathe, and live this shit.
We are definitely living the lifestyle, man.
Yeah. So I love meeting new people.
Yeah, I mean that's us, and we get that compliment a lot. That we are just like when they see us on video.
I'm as boring in person as I am.
and I'm as ridiculous. So yeah, that's great. And I mean I want to thank you guys for taking the time to come on tonight and
we love
just hang out with us and talk motorcycle stuff, right? What's better than that?
Right on, man.
Exactly.
fucking
Motorcycles and strippers. I think that was kind of our top subjects today. I don't know how you top that.
Why is there something else?
Is that right? Is there anything else?
I felt like I was at a strip club on Saturday night. That's for the
Oh shit, there's a story there.
And I
Wait
was,
till those videos come out,
was I
guys.
not a trooper? I think I was a trooper. I was hanging in
She
there.
was having a good time. Don't let her lie.
It'll
She
be-
liked all that attention.
I don't mind. And it's funny because Sunny will be like, I'm not like, I'll record the women and stuff. And I mean, I think women are beautiful, you know, I love them just as I've loved men. And so I'm like, I'm not afraid. I'll go up and take pictures with them and, you know, show them off. I mean, some of those ladies are up there, like there was one lady, how old is Marisol? She was like 51, I think, and 4 grandkids and her, you know,
Up there rocking
bikini.
it.
And I'm just like, you go, girl. I can't do that. But, you know, I think that's awesome that she, you know, can. So.
Oh, you can do it. You just don't choose to.
Right.
Oh, you guys have been awesome in the comments. Sorry I didn't get to throw all the different comments on the screen, but I appreciate it, guys. I did put in the comments that we do have our supportbikers.com/moto meetups 2022. That's on our website. If you guys are curious about what we're going to be doing next, you guys
Or
can
just follow along on Facebook.
We're still-
I mean, we pretty much tell you where we're going to be, what we're
Yeah.
going to be doing. And we like to get together and have group rides and group meetings and, you know, just hang out.
We
I
try
mean,
to-
that's the best part.
the hog chapter, I guess that's newly, there's a dealership that we're going to Fort Smith for the Steel Horse rally. So if you guys are in Arkansas in this area and I know some of you guys are going, that's where we're going to be at. We try to get with the hog chapter, but the dealership, they didn't have a clue like who the hog chapter president was, and which is sad because we were hoping maybe we get to meet up with them. But we're just going to be hanging this weekend. No agenda, no plans, just hanging. So if you guys are watching this, send us a private message.
I might actually shoot some
and
video
we'll
this weekend.
connect with you.
We'll see.
Who was it? Laura, who do you remember who Eric was saying was playing Friday night?
Oh, no.
She's like an old country singer. I can't remember.
It wasn't the name of a motorcycle. I don't remember.
But that's what's next. And then, of course, the Great Plains Bona meetup in Nebraska. We'll be heading there to do that on May 14th. So, yeah, stay tuned what we've got going on. Oh, one last thing. These guys celebrated your 100th podcast. We actually celebrated 2 years of our Support Bikers website.
Yeah, so
As
for
of
those that
yesterday.
don't know, they were talking about the pandemic. The same thing with us, right? It hit, and we're like, all right, so how do we get people to spend money with other bikers? Because, I mean, we know shit's going to get bad, right? So, I mean, if you need a plumber, if you can find a biker that's a plumber, then, you know, you're supporting a brother and sister, you know, someone that is into the motorcycle lifestyle. And so that's where Support Bikers like grew from. I had an idea and I was like, you know, and that's cool because like Hannah, they own a landscaping company. So they took care of our trees. That's what we were after is whatever you need. I'm sure you can find a biker that does that.
I want to put on the screen this guy right here, Ozarks HD Riders. Dan, we had a crew before we launched this on May 1st. So in April, this was coming together. The website was coming together, but I wanted to test it and I wanted to get feedback and opinions. And so I reached out to some awesome individuals that we'd met along the way. And Dan with Ozarks HD Riders was one of the first ones we reached out to. And he was the very first person to put himself on the map and test it out for us. So Thank you, Dan. Shout out to you. We appreciate it. Because look at where we're at now. So yeah. Exciting. Sorry, a little
teary-eyed. All right, guys. So you guys are all of your podcasts on YouTube as well?
Yep. YouTube, perfect. Spotify, Apple, Google, everywhere.
All right, guys. So I don't even watch real TV anymore. It's YouTube. And then a lot of people have said you can listen to podcasts while you're riding. So, guys, here's your entertainment. You can listen to bike talk while you're riding down the road or when you're sitting in your living room. Go check their channel out. And I've had a blast with them, so I've got to go watch more of their stuff.
Right.
Because they just seem like my type of people.
Yep.
Right on, man.
I mean, their name's Dirty and Tank.
I know.
It doesn't get any better than that. I mean... All right, guys. Well, we are going to peel off of here. Thank you so much for
Thank
all
you.
watching tonight, hanging out with us, having a good time, and always for your support, right?
Yep.
You guys support us. We, of course, try to help and support you guys as well. Have a great week. And if we can do anything at all, reach out to us. We will do our best. We are on the road, so be patient with us, but we will get to you just as soon as we can. And have yourselves a great night.
Dirty and Tank hang on in the back right now. So we'll say goodbye to everybody else, and then we'll talk with you guys in the background.
All right, guys. See ya.
Bye.